Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, you may remember this particular teaser shot the folks over at General Motors showed off about the second generation Chevrolet Volt. Now the Volt is going to make its official debut in the first part of 2015, in January of 2015 at the Detroit Motor Show. It will actually go on sale as a 2016 model. But General Motors has leaked out a little bit of information about the power unit on this particular machine, if you'll let me use a little bit of Formula One speak, as this vehicle gets a brand new gasoline petrol engine that's going to hold out a little bit more of the MPGs, be able to get a little bit better miles per gallon as far as this new gasoline petrol engine is concerned. Also, the battery unit gets a big once-over, as it's actually going to be less cells, so it's going to be smaller in size and weight, but it's going to have increased capacity, meaning it can handle more electricity, which means that this vehicle in full EV mode, not using the gasoline petrol at all, will actually be able to get a few more miles in full EV mode. So all around the board, this thing's going to increase in the miles per gallon range. I cannot wait to hear a little bit more about this Chevrolet Volt that will be coming soon. Next up on the list, you may remember we talked about the Porsche 911, where I had somewhat of an epiphany that apparently all vehicles were going to be hybrids in the future if the 911 was going to be a hybrid vehicle. Well, apparently I was wrong, and my epiphany was not even have any real merit, as Porsche's now come out and said, oh, no, we have absolutely no plans on making a 911 hybrid version. And while we're at it, we don't have any plans on making the Macan, the brand new Porsche small SUV, a hybrid either. Which I found a little bit more interesting because, boy, wouldn't the Macan be prime for a hybrid vehicle, their little SUV? Very interesting, though, about them saying at least this current generation of the Macan and the next generation of the 911 will not be a hybrid variant. Next up on the list, the folks over at Autoblog caught up with Henrik Fisker. You may remember Henrik Fisker and the whole Fisker automotive deal. That stunningly beautiful all-electric automobile that just never really got off the ground and didn't really sell in the numbers that it needed to, and the place ended up getting into insolvency, into bankruptcy, and then ended up being sold to Wang Xing, a Chinese automobile manufacturer who has yet to do anything with that particular Fisker deal, but I'm assuming they're really working hard on a lot of the intellectual properties, not to mention the rolling stock that they may have got and the naming rights. Well, Henrik Fisker hasn't just been sitting on his hands. Apparently, he is hooked up with the folks over at Galopin Autosports, and they are building a brand new automobile to be shown off at the LA Motor Show. Now, not for 100% sure if it's going to have, traditional underpinnings of a vehicle that already exists, or if they're building one from scratch or not. But they've got some lofty goals for this machine, as it is called, at least in the press release, the ultimate American muscle car, which is a pretty bold statement there. So be very, very interesting to see what Galpin and Mr. Fisker here have got up their sleeve for the LA Auto Show. It's only in a handful of days, so hopefully we'll know a lot more sooner than that. Speaking of the LA Auto Show, the folks over at Scion got a brand new concept that's going to be shown off here, and they've actually done a little bit of teaser photos showing off that this vehicle will debut November 19th of 2014. But little or nothing is known about this automobile except for this other shot. Look at the braking package inside of this deal. Cross-drilled rotors and at least 4 piston calipers on this machine. Big flared wheel arches, and looks like some very, very sticky rubber under this machine. Now, we don't know 100% of anything else about what's going on with this car other than that. But if it's going to have this kind of braking package, this kind of fancy stance, I think this thing may have quite the power plant, but I've been wrong before, i.e. the Porsche deal back in the beginning, so cannot wait to see what Scion has got for us at the LA Motor Show. Like I said, it's only in a couple of 3 weeks, so we'll know a whole lot more by then. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.